Hello. 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 Hello.
Well, as you can see, this is the original pictures from when I first bought the camper without me changing the canvas out. I didn't do any video replacing the top or replacing the canvas, but it's not really that difficult. If you've ever set up a Timeout camper, you just basically pull the canvas out like I'm doing here, and then get inside and attach the snaps from the rails on the poles, and then basically just spread your canvas back out and put them back on the poles. And I'll show that later on in the video, but enjoy, and I hope I've helped some of you guys out. Thanks for watching too. So that's it, all set up with the new tent awning on it. I still need to fasten everything down as far as around the straps and the snaps and all that good stuff. But as you can see, brand new canvas, and it's got the cutout for an air conditioner if you want to add one. I don't think I'm going to do that, but here's the inside. And what I thought I would show you, like I said, all these little things here just snap around the poles. I mean, it's a pretty simple process of installing the tent awning. That's why I didn't show it. I will say these poles, they were kind of rough to move and slide, so I used some stuff that I'll show you here later on. It's called it's made for RV slide outs basically. And one other thing I wanted to show you is this thing here, and it's a tripod that Timeout sells for your table, so you can set it up outside. I'll show you here on the floor. Basically, you just set that down like that. Grab your pole. Stick your pole in the end of there. Grab your table. And you pretty much got a table that you can stand up outside anywhere you want to stand it up at. So those legs, I think, will come in pretty handy. Next thing I've got to do, I'm going to put a swivel hitch on there, and I should be ready to roll. I still haven't figured out my bedding yet. I had a 4-inch memory foam piece to fit in there on the bed, and it's just too doggone big. I can't even get inside of a compression bag to be able to compress it down, so I'm probably going to have to go with an air mattress. That's the only thing I can figure. All right, I'm out for now. Okay, this is the RV slide out silicone lube that I was telling you about, and you can buy it at Walmart or about anywhere. RV sales stuff, supplies and stuff. It really does a job on those on the inside on the tent poles. So I just wanted to kind of give you an idea what it looks like and what it is. It's made for corrosion and anti-corrosion and waterproofing, so it works pretty good. Hey everybody, I got some improvements I'm going to do to the tongue area today. I bought this swivel hitch that goes on here they were kind enough to send the Allen wrench that fits these Allen screws, and I'll do a video on installing that. There's a small bevel right here that you run your wire out of the tongue on. So I'm going to do a video on that, as well as this 1,000-pound jack that I got. And basically for 20 bucks, it sure saves the back. It's a swivel trailer jack. It goes up and down with the trailer. Right now what I've got mine sitting on is this little jack stand. So when I get ready to put the rear jacks down, I have to lift the trailer off of this with this thing and set it on the ground, put the rear jacks on it. Once I do that, then it's a real pain to get it back up on the jack stand itself. So hopefully with this wheel jack, not only will it help me when I get ready to move the trailer where I want to move it to, but also allow me to put the stab jacks down a lot easier. This spare came with the trailer, and as you can see, it's kind of green. I'm probably going to pressure wash it today. Hopefully it's not dry rotted. But some people will disagree with the jack stand as far as you know, whether or not it's actually needed. For an old guy that wants to save his back, it's the way to go. And then the swivel hitch, I don't know how many people actually like them or not, but I personally won't ride without one. I just feel more comfortable in the curves and so forth, and setting the bike down on the stand, on the Jiffy stand. It just goes a lot better. So I'm ready to, I got my wrenches here, ratchets and sockets and stuff, and I'm ready to start this project, and I'll go ahead and videotape it so you can see what I'm doing. Thanks. First things first, we remove the two bolts that's holding the coupling on. This one has the safety chains on it, so we'll have to put those back on when we get ready to put this back together. This this handle probably I won't use. It comes in handy if you have to lift the tongue up, but with that new jack I won't need it. Okay, so we are going to reuse the coupling. Here's the wires coming out of the trailer, so those will go to the right side of the tongue. What we'll do is take our coupling, our swivel, stick it in here, and make sure you don't pinch those wires coming out of there. Might be a good idea to put some black tape around them just to protect them a little bit from the tongue. And black tape is a wonderful thing. I don't know how far up in there I'm going to be able to get, but I'm going to go as far as I can. Take that off. Okay, that's not bad. So now, like I said, this beveled edge right here, you'll want to make sure that the big one is to the down and to the right, and then stick your wire right there next to it, and you should be able to just shove your hitch back in there. There it went. Line your holes up. That looks pretty good. The one with your safety chain, you'll still want to use it first. Put it back in the hole. And might need a little gentle persuasion. Put your other safety chain on, lock nut or lock washer, and your nut. Tighten those down. So nothing really changed on your chain, so you should still have the same length of chain you did before, because the coupling won't extend out that much more. Okay, now your other bolt. Lock washer and nut. Tighten that down. And then take these 4 Allen screws out. They've all got lock washers on them. Set them aside here. Put your coupling that you took off back on the swivel hitch. Line up your screw holes. Take one of your Allen screws. Should go in fairly easily. And another one on the other side. And one more on this side. One more on this side. And then you can get your Allen wrench. They send that with the kit. Makes it pretty simple. You don't have to worry about getting one. Looks like it's a 5/16 inch Allen screw. Snug them up a little bit. This side. Tighten them down as snug as you can. And there you have it. So you got your 1 7/8 coupling with the swivel hitch on there. Okay, now it's time to install the swivel jack with the wheel on it. And I already put the bolts in the holes that I want to use. And you just put that right up next to there. I would suggest probably cranking this down to, it won't crank down, but it should stand there for a second. I guess it won't. Anyways, let's try it again. I did learn from a previous experience, you want these bolts to go through on the side of the jack itself, and that allows it to, well, you'd have the threads of the bolt sticking out otherwise, so you don't want that. I'm going to put this all the way up if I possibly can. You got a regular washer that goes on first and a lock washer and your nut. Just snug that down a little bit and hold its place. And the same thing on the bottom bolt, flat washer, lock washer, and your nut. Okay, here's your other bracket. Same thing. Work both your bolts through. Flat washer, lock washer, and your nut. Same thing for the bottom bolt, flat washer, lock washer, and a nut. And as far as these holes go, you can play around with the height that you want your swivel to be whenever it's standing straight up with no extension on it. I found that the higher the jack, the better. That way it kind of keeps it up off the ground. I'm not sure why this is hitting right here. I'm gonna have to figure that out. That's not supposed to hit there. Anyway, there it is. It's ready to roll. Of course, I went back and I'm gonna go back and tighten all these down, but I wanted to show you this thing here was up like that to begin with. That's why it was hitting. It needs to go down, but also, I don't know if this is China made or not, but yeah, made in China. So their technology doesn't allow for any tolerance here. So I took a crowbar and pried this handle out just a little bit to give it some clearance. If you hold out on it, it doesn't hit now. But I am going to go back and tighten these bolts up and make sure that that's where I want my jack before I before I get out on the road. So, thank you.
The proceeding was recorded earlier because we were ashamed to do it now.
Elvis has left the building.